Oh, dude, are there people waiting right now? Dude, okay, we're about to get started. Hey guys, can't tell if you are if you can hear me yet, but if you are genuinely waiting for my stream, I'm flattered, honestly. It looks like somebody actually is waiting. Yo, Muffin, what's up? I'm flattered. I think that was my first time. I think that was my first time going into a YouTube stream with somebody already waiting. Then again, I guess that's partly my fault because I never schedule them, or when I do schedule them, I don't even keep the schedule. I'm such a. I accept myself. I accept how inconsistent I am, and I should not like stress myself out by making commitments. So what's interesting right now, and I'm just like, my mind is blown. Is I eat, I eat. I just said it like the weirdest way possible. I is from our Discord server is actually joining on the dual stream, and this is just a possibility I never really considered before, but that you could like be doing other things like video gaming and even like sharing your screen, which I is doing, which is actually kind of dope. I kind of want it's actually fun watching Valorant. So it could be like this weird cyclical Ouroboros. You guys know what Ouroboros is? It's that like that dragon that eats its own tail, where where I would be just watching my stream, and my stream is just me watching his stream. So I could be doing that right now. But right now, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna start with just get my brain. I'm gonna get my brain going. What did I want to do? I mean, I keep pushing off the August cram thing, but it's like I don't think anyone's really interested in the August cram course. Like no one DM'd me about the August cram course, so I'm thinking of just shelving it and pushing towards the October prep course instead. Seems like no one wants to cram with me. Sad. But I'm gonna move on to free rice right now, just because we have a couple good words on the screen. And guys, if you have any questions about anything SCT related, you guys can shoot. I'll just be going on. Oh wait, Daniel is I. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. I see. It's going good. Wow, it's so crazy. Like right now, I could watch on here. Wait, would that mess my thing up? Because if I watch on Discord on Chrome, would that change anything? No, it doesn't change anything. It's so weird. All right, I'm just like learning. This is like a new world for me right now. That is so nuts. Okay. And I guess the stream quality shouldn't change. It shouldn't change just because I'm here. Oh, but now my video is off. I need to turn this back on. And then I need to, oh, but if I do it this way, then you only get my camera. Okay, okay, I see. So I have to go back to my Discord client. Okay, now you can actually see on Discord, you can see the screen as I intended. Andrew Tate, let's go. Andrew Tate. It's a name. It's a name that it sounds like for some reason feels like a soccer player. Who is Andrew Tate? Oh, it's a kickboxer. Soccer player. It's kind of close. But, you know, you're kicking things. Do I know anything about Andrew Tate? I don't really know. A kickboxer. Influencer marketing. He's the son of a chess player. And now he's at the center of all these rape charges. Well, that's a very fun Wikipedia article. He only has one match. What? Seems like an asshole. I don't really know much about him at all. Yeah, I don't know anything about him. I have nothing to say. Did he? Oh, he's getting press right now. Is he? Is he trending right now? TikTok controversy. Honestly, this is kind of the. This is like the. Oh, sorry, my cat is. He's the most searched person. No way. No way. All right, let's see what Twitter trending thinks. Trending on Twitter. Wait, am I? No, no. I'm based in U.S. for my Twitter. Not on my Twitter, at least. Not on my New York-based Twitter. Seems kind of crazy. Yeah, yeah. Apparently, known and infamous for his takes. Um, that seems kind of like. It, honestly, what would I say? The ass crack of the internet is not a place that I venture to willingly. Sometimes the ass crack just traps me between its cheeks. It's not really where I voluntarily decide to spend my time. So, I try. I don't know if you guys can tell. I try to keep my YouTube feed as interesting to me in a sort of wholesome way as possible. I don't mind sharing you like literally my YouTube feed. Oh, but on my Chrome, I have it blocked. I need my feed to be. I need this. I need to deactivate this. How do they get it? Yo, hang on. Do not type anything. I don't want to have to deal with. I don't want to have to deal with that. I'm just do not type anything. Uh, I feel like that might be that's weird. It's weird because is it intellectual property when it's other people's like sucking people? I don't really understand the laws here. I don't want to get too deep into the illegal parts of this. So I just want to say please don't type anything. But I'll just say people find it online. There's like Telegram channels and stuff, and I don't know. So so like take this conversation somewhere else. I don't want to have it on my channel. Um, that said, I do want to say, um, as an educator, I'm going to be honest with you about the resources that are out there. There are people who are illegally distributing those materials. It's illegal. It's illegal to be distributing it. It might even technically be illegal to have it. I don't really know. That's not something I study. But the main thing is that there is a cheating problem in the sense that there is a small chance that if you study those materials that material may show up in the real SAT that you take. Okay, so it might be a way that even if you're not trying to cheat, you end up cheating. Okay, so be aware that that's a thing. I personally think as an educator, if you study smart, you don't need to even risk the cheating at all. You can use the QASs. There's a couple dozens, so you can work with those, and you could get your score up to something that's representative of your level. All right, and I think that'd be good enough. You don't really need those unreleased materials, and plus, a lot of those unreleased materials are pretty bad quality because some people will reproduce them and it has lots of typos and it's very ugly to work with. So it's not always necessarily the best material anyway. Okay, so those are just my comments on that. He grew up poor, became rich. He's a self-proclaimed alpha male. Oh, amazing. Amazing. Sounds like the kind of friend that I need. Imagine if I did an interview with him on my channel. Hey, hang on. How come I turned this off, dude? How come it's still disabled? Uh, where's my? Yeah, I'm like confused. Why is it still disabled? Kill newsfeed? Yeah, it's Ugh. Okay, I can't even show you my feed. I mean, Explore is not useful because these are all strange algorithmic things, and because I'm physically right now in Korea, it's all giving me Korean things that I wouldn't watch. Oh, there it is. Came back. So yeah, this is my feed, man. Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah's a good guy. I want to be friends with Trevor Noah, not like Andrew Tate. Trevor Noah would be like a dope friend to have. So I have a lot of car things right now because I want to buy a car. Movies that I would probably not watch. I have a little bit of League. I have some tech. I don't like all the tech stuff that I have. It's just all the tech YouTube, all that the tech YouTube accomplishes for me is makes me want to buy more things, which is not very cool. I have some Elden Ring, obviously. I have psychology. I have I have literary stuff. I just subscribed to this lady. Zugma, by the way, is it's if you're really into literature, Zugma is actually a pretty classic thing to learn, even though you wouldn't learn it in high school generally. But if you can learn Zugma in a fun way, because Zugmas are fun. If you can learn it in a fun way, I honestly, it's a way of becoming more witty, learning to take some more control of your language, making jokes on your own. Mark Twain has famous like Mark Twain is good with Zoomas. Shakespeare is good with Zoomas. Jane Austen apparently was also good with Zoomas. But it's a classic way. It's like a slightly advanced pun, uh, and it's a good way to develop your wit, your humor. I get hotel. I get comedy. I get some MMA. And so many cars. So many cars. Where's my workout? I haven't been working out a lot recently, so I guess I get no workout content anymore. I get so many cars. Okay, well that's my YouTube feed. Let's go to Free Rice. Let's learn some some vocabulary. What's my opinion of the breaks? A lot of people share answers and cheat during the breaks. Yes, they do this. I whenever I go to the 안녕. 일어났어? My girlfriend just woke up. It's 11 a.m. She slept for like 12 hours. She's just like, what is she doing? What is she doing? Does she have anything to do? Does she have anything to do with her life? 그냥 놀리는 거야.
뭐지 오늘?
She slept 15 hours yesterday and 11 hours today. Anyway, the breaks. No, it's not breaks with the AKES. It's the first breaks. BREAKS. Wow, I cannot. BREAKS. Wow, I cannot speak right now. Yeah, no, people do cheat during the SAT. I think counterintuitively, I don't think you actually benefit that much by doing that, because if you are like obviously you can benefit if you have a smart friend who's willing to like tell you what the answer is. But I think honestly, the detrimental the thing that's detrimental about that is, first, it actually it could create more stress, because someone else who's in the bathroom could technically report you, so you actually increase the amount of stress when you cheat like that, because now you might be caught. And the other thing is, if you are taking the test with this mentality that maybe you could get a +1, +2 by asking, right? And you're looking for those opportunities, I think actually it might lead to you not taking the test as well, and um, and and letting yourself accept the possibility of you just being not 100%. And I just think that, leads to you taking corners. Like, it's hard to like describe it, because it's hard to like scientifically prove anything that I'm about to say. But like mentality is such an important thing, and having the mentality that I'm just gonna give it my 100, right? And I'm gonna go in this, and I'm gonna tear this apart. I'm not gonna get distracted by these other things. I think that pays off so much, and learning to do that is beneficial not only on the SAT but in life. So that cheating mentality, I feel like, kind of corrupts a lot of other opportunities, not just the SAT. But even in that moment, it might actually harm your focus and harm your sort of confidence and all these other things. I just it's plus it's more immoral. I mean, it's just you're getting an edge that's not yours. It's immoral, so don't do it. But for all the practical reasons, it's just not a good way to grow. And you're not going to grow like that as a person. It's a thing that happens. I don't think you can control other people's behaviors, but you can control yourself. Do you want to be somebody who grows for the long term, or are you going to take these shortcuts and let your mind be the mind of somebody who takes shortcuts? Is that the mind that you want to live with? When you are 20, when you're 30, when you're 40, is that the person you want to be? I don't know. It's your choice. I'm not gonna tell you you can't do it. You can, like you physically can do it, but I just don't think I don't think that's not the path I would choose. So, uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously it helps to cheat. It does help the score to cheat, generally speaking. Riveting. What is riveting, right? You should know this. Most people should know this. You should be able to get this pretty quickly. When something is riveting, when a movie is riveting, it absorbs you. It is fascinating. Now, I guess everyone knows what riveting is, right? It's Rosie the Riveter. It's a tool to bolt kind of metal together. So riveting, it gets me stuck to it. It's bolting me to it. Squander. Squander. Everyone should know squander. When you're squandering your potential, you are wasting your potential, squandering your opportunities. Lenient. Your teachers are lenient or strict. So merciful is kind of an awkward synonym for it, but it works. Lenient is pretty easy. Lenience. Be ready for the word lenience or leniency. Sometimes in older English, right? Sometimes you'll hear the word leniency in like the history passages. Sightly. You guys should be able, even if you don't know the word sightly, if you never used the word sightly, you should still be able to get it just by inference. Like unsightly versus sightly. You should be able to imagine antonyms pretty quickly as well. It's attractive. Oppressive is pretty straightforward. I mean, everyone has to know oppressive. I'm going to move on. Toil, labor, toil. Some of the ESL students will not know toil, but if anybody has read the Bible, you know the toil. I don't know, like what's it, Ecclesiastes? I feel like toil is meaningless. Yeah, Ecclesiastes. This is the NIV version apparently. What's it in the KJV? And hang on, what? Ecclesiastes 2, King James Version. All the laboring, all the toiling. I feel like toil is like a word I hated all my labor. Ooh, why is it so laggy? I'm lagging. Do we have the word toil? No, KJV does not use the word toil. We use it in the NIV, which is interesting. The newer version. So that's toil. Kind of an older sort of word. Annotate. Annotate, everyone knows. Come on, it's like for homework you annotate. Brash, audacious. Memorandum. This is kind of on the... Hey, wait, I almost confused this with a word. What's the word that I'm looking for? So memorandum is the long form of the word memo, which should then definitely get you to the right answer. But memorandum is also a sort of like a consensus, right? Or am I thinking of a different word now? I am thinking of a different word. I'm confusing myself. What is the word that I'm thinking of? Yo. No, what's the word I'm thinking of? No, I'm being dumb. A memorandum. A word that means consensus sounds like memorandum. What is that word? Holy crap. Hmm. Okay, can't find it. Whatever. What is this? Oh no, that's Andrew Tate. Okay. Ugh. Now I'm like tired and hungry. It's 11:20. I haven't had breakfast. Mm. Grasping is greedy. What? It's not. Grasping is not greedy. Hang on. What's wrong with my computer performance? Something weird is happening. Is it a GPU problem? Hmm. So it's today's a very unusual day because normally I eat at 6 a.m. Or 6:30 a.m. and then I eat at like 12 or 1. But today I woke up late, and then I did a class, and then I just decided to sort of like stream before eating so that I could get it in earlier for the New York time zone. But now I'm like exhausting myself. Like I no longer have any energy. Plus, free rice is not working. What is going on here? Beep. Whatever. Forget free rice. I found this one. I found this one website, and I'm trying to see if this is like a good. If this is like a good tool. It's pretty freaking hard because you have to type the word based on the definition, and so if I say a hobby or recreation or leisure pursuit, and you say a, now it tells you, right, if it's right, starting with the next word. But these words are kind of hard because they're like SAT words. I don't know. And plus, all the SAT word lists are from like the old SAT, back when the SAT used to focus a lot more on vocabulary. E, coercion. Extort? It must be extort. Oh, hell yeah. Showing friendliness or goodwill. Although I feel like this might be more interactive for people who are watching because it's like actually really hard. Amicable. What? Okay, amicable. That works. To decline. Oh my god, this is insane. What? Might be Wayne. Oh, it was Wayne. Holy crap, it was Wayne. Not wanting to take some action, unwilling. Retrenched. Dude, my Chrome is lagging like crazy. I wonder why. My Chrome is lagging like so much. Maybe I need to update my Chrome. But it's lagging so hard. Reluctant must be the word. But it's lagging so hard. Yeah, I think Discord is a huge resource suck. The dual stream is a huge resource suck. The reason I bought this computer was so that I could try to dual stream. The nice thing is that OBS now has an Apple native solution, but a collection. A melange. I would not have guessed that. Holy crap. Yeah, for now, I'm gonna stick with the dual streaming just because, we do have Daniel playing Valorant and listening to me just chatting. No one's really asking a lot of SAT questions today, so we don't have anything to. Daniel, I have no idea how helpful this will be to you. but maybe there's some words that I could work with here. Adjectives for talking about people. This is only 10 words, so I don't know how useful this will be. But let's try this. Big-headed. What? What is a word? Oh, arrogant. Oh, I thought it was like a physical. Dominating. The strong-willed. These definitions are. This is not a very good definition. How am I supposed to work? The. What is strong-willed? What the hell? Okay, now. Determined. Oh my god, these definitions are horrible. I'm not gonna work with this. Okay, I need to work with something that's not just by some random person, because these random packs are not very good. Maybe I should do science. Let's look at science. Something that's not written by some random kid. Phrasal verb for illnesses. Body parts. It's a little too sexy for this stream. 108 words. The water cycle for 7th grade. Hey, can I do 7th grade science? That definition is so over the top for water. The process by which a gas or vapor changes to condensation, I guess. Precipitation in the form of hail. Process of liquid converting to a gaseous state. Evaporation. Okay, yeah. Now this is, I'm a good 7th grade student. Okay. The exhalation of watery vapor from the surface. Whoa. Transpiration. Oh, whoa, that was a little intense. Okay, a very small or smallest possible amount. A Piccadilly is what I was thinking. A par. What? Tickle? Oh, particle. That is not a. Is that a good definition of a particle? I don't think that's a very good definition of a particle. Perspiration. Respiration. Oh, we're getting a lot of inspirations, huh? Huh? So we're not talking about flooding. Yeah. This is not very good for learning vocabulary. This is definitely. Oh, so hang on. There's many ways of learning vocabulary that's appropriate for different contexts. If you're just learning, if you already learned the concept, you learned the concept of like respiration, and you just need to be able to map the word respiration to the concept. Well, it's really good to start by seeing the word respiration and doing recall. Like, oh, I recall. Recognition. I see the word respiration. I should be able to recognize what it means. Then it's good to go the opposite way, get the concept, and then be able to recall the word respiration. So it's really good to be able to do that when you already know the concept, and it's like a concept that you're learning in school. So flashcards are amazing for school. It's fine, but when you are trying to learn. When you're trying to learn the very, very fluid nature of certain words, it's much better to be learning sentences. And not to just memorize, a single concept. You're not memorizing a single concept anymore. You're taking a word and you're trying to use it the way a writer would. You would be able to use it in different contexts. For that, you have to accumulate a large sort of lexicon or large sort of pool of sentences that you've seen it used in the past, and you're like, oh, I can use this word, in a context describing people, but I can also do it for just concepts as well or whatever, right? Like you need to be able to see a bunch of different ways that the word could be used. And the best way, and that's the thing that the SAT tends to focus on now. Not like in the past. The past was about having really hard vocabulary under your belt, but now it's much more like, well, this is an unusual word to put in this particular sentence, but why does it still make sense, right? What definition are we relying on instead of the usual definition that you know? So sentences are really, like sentences are the genuine way of improving your vocabulary. It's not like if you're in a school, then you're going to be taught the concept first. But if you are just sort of out in nature, when I say nature, I mean the nature that's out there of people, out in society is what I should say. If you're out in society, the way that you improve your study, to improve your vocabulary, is by just like listening to the way other people use the words, and then just copying them. So that's the main thing. Surface runoff? There's no freaking way I was gonna get that. That's insane. What? Anyway, there's this other question now. What's this other question? Countries of the world with this terrible yo, spell it correctly. But if you're like an elementary student, then I think I'll let you go off. Dude, I'm stupidly hungry. Holy crap. All right, guys, I'm going to finish the stream in the next like 5 minutes, but I will answer working studies question. I just want to have something in front of me before I just start. Harry Potter? No. All right, let's try Jill's SAT vocabulary. Let's see what happens. Well, I'm going to give myself way more than 1 minute and 30 seconds because I'm going to be multitasking. Atypical. What is A? All right. Anomaly. Apex. Oh my god, this person literally curt, concise. So I'm looking at working studies question, scoring 650, trying to get 720. Have you watched my videos before? That's actually, and Muffin is asking, Muffin is making valid points. Muffin's somebody who really understands my thought process. So he's almost like my TA at this point. You know what I mean? Muffin, if you need to be hired for like a summer job next summer, honestly, like that could be something we could discuss. Like you kind of know my thought process. But yeah, like how many videos have you seen? What's like your general strategy so far? How much practice have you had so far? Because that would really help me understand what your struggles are right now. I can't think of the word here, so I'm gonna move on. Candid, blunt, and candid are a little different. That was gonna be hard for me to imagine. Blunt is like a way of speaking, and candid is just being forthcoming. They should have used the word forthcoming and honest and frank for candid. Different words, man. Blunt is the totally wrong direction. Less active, attenuate. Wait, what? Not amplify, right? What's the opposite of I'm thinking of attenuate, but dude, I don't know. Abate? Oh my god, abate. I guess that kind of works. I should have gotten that one right. To pass on information, to convey. Oh yeah, convey, everyone should know. 7 writing sections, reading much less. Oh, so you haven't practiced that much yet. I mean, wait, and you're trying to get it in August, so you have like less than 2 weeks? Yo, you need to do a lot. You know what? One thing you could do is you could take my cram course that no one's interested in. You know what I mean? Amorphous. So 7 writings. Like 2 weeks is not a lot to improve by 70 points. The main thing is if you already have a very high literacy and verbal ability, like it's already very high. You're like already an A student or A plus student. And the main problem is that, you know, you kind of know how sentences work. You can write real complex sentences. You can read. You have been reading, you know, your life. Like, your life is defined by not skipping the schoolwork. you have been doing the work and you are a good student, then 720 is a representative, is a representative score. Now it's just a matter of test taking strategy. For that, take a full practice test timed and mark down your times on all the passages and questions, just the way that I do it in my streams. And then compare yourself to me and then see how different my timing is and how different my strategy is for you. And then you can just tweak your strategy. First of all, just start by copying my strategy first, and then afterwards start tweaking and seeing how the test taking feels more or less comfortable depending on your tweaks. At that point, you should be getting very close to 720 because you already have a naturally high literacy, naturally high verbal ability. And so all the sort of hurdles of all the bad test taking habits that you had in the past, you just tweak them and you kind of remove them, get them out of the way, and you should be getting your 720. But if you don't already have a high verbal and high literacy ability, then it's very unrealistic to assume that you can get like a 650, 720 in only 2 weeks. You have to actually fundamentally improve your ability to read and write. Write in the sense of what the SAT is expecting from the writing. So you should be able to do what do you call it? Like you need to give yourself more time to actually learn to read things better. Like reading is not an easy skill to improve. You took 7. You're pretty good at writing. Got to fix the small mistakes. You did at least 10 writing sessions. You do use a reading strategy. So that's all that. And I added a bunch of comments about how you can tweak your strategy. So if you're already using my strategy and you're starting to feel more comfortable that the strategy that you're using is already correct for you, but you're still getting 650 and most of the 650 is because you're struggling from the reading section, then it's probably because you need to learn to actually read the passages better and also to process the question stems and then the answer choices a little more efficiently without making mistakes along the way. That's not going to be something I can just like tell you how to do right now in 2 weeks. I don't feel confident that you can improve 70 points in just 2 weeks. But I guess, like now we have to be more specific, like what are the reading passages that you're weak on and stuff like that. For these kind of general questions, we do talk about this quite a bit in the Discord channel, so you can jump in and ask questions there. For tips on how people have improved their reading, a lot of people are chatting in the Discord channel anyway. So that's right now off the top of my mind, off the top of my head. I mean, that's kind of what's coming to mind. Let me go and see what Daniel shared. Wait, Daniel, are you organic purity? Man, my Chrome is all messed up right now. Let me see what happens when I refresh. Oh, that's not you. I guess I should reply to this too. This was like 20 minutes ago. Organic purity, are you in the stream by any chance right now? If not, I'll start with Daniel's question. You posted it in the writing. Okay, let's go. Right, Daniel is alright. I chose B. Past perfect, appropriate. Oh, I'm just zoning out right now. Okay, let's look. In 1922, actor-director Lloyd was walking when he saw an unusual sight, a man climbing up an office building. Okay. A crowd was gathered. So we're just describing the scene right now. They were gathered. They were mesmerized. Lloyd watched nervously until and then you chose past participle? Oh, you chose the past perfect? Made it to safety. Yo, basically, you really just want... Wow, that's a... He was walking when he saw the sight. And in the sight, there were people gathered. And he watched and it's progressing as we're watching. He watched nervously until the climber made it to the top or whatever, right? So it's definitely there's definitely no had watched, as in he didn't watch something before these previous actions, right? He didn't watch it before the crowd was gathered. He didn't watch it before he saw the unusual sight. It's not something that happened before this scene. This watching is happening in this scene. So the watching should not be perfect past, or past perfect. Okay, it should not be past perfect. The watching is happening in the scene, not before the scene. You use past perfect for things like expectations, like in this situation, Lloyd had never seen something so audacious as this. He watched nervously until the climber made it to the top, right? That would be very natural to suddenly do a quick flashback into his previous experience. He had never seen something like this. Or he had walked by this street 1,000 times before, but it was his first seeing something like this, right? That would be very natural to put in this kind of context, but you would never say it for the actual action that's happening, unfolding in this scene. Oh no, Muffin is just summarizing the way I would. Yeah. Muffin is basically saying what I think. Mostly history, though. Wait, isn't working study saying he mostly uses, or isn't working study saying that they mostly use my reading strategy on the history passages, but not on the other ones? I'm kind of confused. What is this question? Working study. You need to work on your question. I'm kidding. Oh, mostly history, as in you're struggling mostly with history? You use the reading strategy on all passages, but you are struggling mostly on history. Okay. I mean, yeah, with history, there's a couple different vectors of improvement. I'm not going to tell you which one you need to work on because I don't know which one your weakness actually is. But maybe you actually have bad understanding of historical context. Maybe you don't know enough U.S. history. So all the kids that are getting like 9 or 10 on the history passages are reading the blurb. And when they read the blurb, they kind of slow down and they sort of draw up all of their history knowledge and sort of imagining what the potential debate might be about, right? What the potential argument or what the potential point of the speech might be about, right? And so they're actually reading real slow on the blurb, and you're just blasting through the blurb because the blurb doesn't mean anything to you. You have no history background. If that's the situation, that's one thing you need to improve on. That's going to take a lot of time to improve. People who don't know anything blast. This is just a thing that I've been saying more recently, but like, dumber people read faster. Okay, the less you know, the faster you read, because you're not burdened by your knowledge. You have no knowledge to work with, so you're just like blah 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 blah. You're just running faster. You can run really fast through a passage if you know nothing. It's only smart people who slow down because they're like processing. Wait, this means this, right? And the actual work of bridging knowledge to ideas that's on the page, that takes time. So that's that's just something to keep in mind. Okay. So that's the knowledge vector of improvement for history. There's the reading vector of improvement, which is like, are you good with, if you took AP Lang, you should have some generic idea of this, but like, are you good with understanding arguments, counterclaims, qualifications, refutations? Do you know what it's like? Do you know the different ways that people can build credibility with their audience? What are the different types of audience relationships you can have? How hostile is the audience relationship? How friendly is the audience relationship? And how does that change the way that you speak? Right? Are you able to kind of identify, the shout outs, right? Or the sort of like concessions, right? those are all things that will really help you navigate the reading of the passage. And so you can build out the map. Okay. We start with a bunch of concessions. And then we also start with a little bit of ethos, which is a word I kind of hate, but like with kind of like sucking up to the other person or whatever. Ethos is not just sucking up; it's one way of building up credibility. But like big a bunch of concessions. We suck up to the other person. You're a really intelligent person. However, you're leading us down the wrong path, right? And then now we're pivoting to the argument, and that's the top left, that's the middle left, that's the bottom right, bottom left. We're going to top right. You can map out the passage. If you can, then your reading is pretty good. Then the final vector of improvement is your grammar and your sentence composition. Can you actually write really complex sentences? If you can write really complex sentences, then it becomes a lot easier to read really complex sentences. Can you identify the main clauses and all the modifiers? If it's a super long, if it's a super long sentence, do you see the if it's a super long sentence, do you see the repetitive structures that are being employed? Can you break that down grammatically? Stuff like that. Those are things to improve on. Okay, there's the knowledge aspect of it. There's the reading aspect of it. There's the writing aspect of it. There's a grammar aspect of it. But those are 3 areas to be improving on for the history passages. Okay, so that's probably the final question I will field. Let me just double check over here. Any last minute tips to suck points for the as per my status? I will say a lot of times the way to really improve your score is just to circle, skip, and return. A lot of times you're really just running out of time on some of the easier questions. So there's like 5 easy questions that you could be hitting in 3 minutes, but instead you sunk 3 minutes on a really hard question earlier on in the passage, earlier on in the test. So now you don't have those 3 minutes for those 5 easy questions. You're just blasting through them and you're getting a bunch of easy questions wrong. So just get used to skipping questions, right? People are too perfectionistic. They want to get every question right the first time they see it, but you're just wasting time that way. Get the easy questions out of the way and then come back to the hard ones. I mean, there's so many tips I can give. The more specific your problem is, the more specific my tip can become. All right. I'm gonna get into that's my last question today. I'm just exhausted right now. I'm hungry and exhausted. I'm getting cranky, so I'm gonna go. But thanks for chatting with me and sending me your questions. I guess I have to figure out what's going on with this Chrome issue. I'm pretty sure it's the dual streaming. Maybe I need to update my OBS to OBS 28. OBS 28 is the one that's going to finally improve the performance on the Apple computers. Whew. I'm a peace out though, guys. If you want a place to chat, when I'm not streaming, you can join the Discord server. The link is in the description below. And guys, enjoy the studying process and even enjoy the test taking process. Okay, don't stress out too much on the ones that you're not gonna get very easily. Focus on the ones that you can get. Leave the final boss for the end, right? If question 14 is the final boss, right, leave him for the end. If question 24 is the second to final boss, leave question 24 for the end. Okay, move along, farm up, level up, and then become buff enough to take on the final bosses. Don't just get stuck on the final boss right in the middle of the test. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.